Intelligence asks questions, whereas tribalism asks for loyalty. And when loyalty becomes the priority, then questioning them starts to feel like betrayal. Tribalism replaces inquiry with alignment. Instead of asking, is this true? The question becomes, who is this for? Accuracy becomes secondary to belonging. Understanding becomes negotiable. Doubt becomes suspicious. Tribes do not reason forward, they reason backward. They take the conclusion and then they justify it. And then they select the evidence that justifies it. Contradictions are not resolved, they're reclassified, not as errors, but as attacks. Tribalism is often mistaken for intellectual rigor. There are citations, there are arguments, there is fluency, but the outcome is already preloaded, right? When Billie Eilish says that there's no such thing as illegal immigrants on stolen land, and then she's criticized and says, "Oh, you should give your land back because you're on native land too, you hypocrite." You're taking individual responsibility and you're using it to avoid systemic critique. If she was broke and she said that, it's like, oh man, you're just saying that because you're broke and your opinion doesn't matter because you don't have power. And you still get the same conclusion, but whether a rich person says it or a poor person says it, it doesn't matter. You find a way to justify it anyway because you already have your conclusion preloaded to attack the other individual that disagrees with you instead of critiquing the system at large. The performance of attacking the perceived outsider replaces thinking itself. And that's not ignorance, right? It's just sophisticated mental gymnastics without being open. And tribalism hates examination. Examination introduces instability. It starts asking, what if my tribe is wrong? What if my framework doesn't actually have all the answers? What if this certainty that I have is costing me something that I don't see? The tribe cannot tolerate these questions, not because they're false, but because they start to dissolve these boundaries between us and them. When tribalism dominates, intelligence starts to narrow. You start flattening complex issues. There is no nuance, and it's punished for looking at the world with new data. Reality starts getting simplified in order to maintain a sense of social cohesion. The group survives, the understanding does not. Intellectualism is not about being correct, it's about being corrigible. The moment a belief cannot be questioned without social consequence, it has stopped being knowledge and it becomes identity. And identity does not learn.